Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Productivity Boosters and Stress Reducers podcast. I'm your host, Stephanie Heeb, and I can't thank you enough for listening in. Each episode, I will discuss a new tip or trick that will help you to live a productive and efficient life, professionally and personally. If you're ready to find your productivity rhythm, relieve stress, and meet your goals faster, then this is the podcast for you. This podcast is sponsored by Your Choice Concierge and GiftWell, both created to make your life easier. Your Choice Concierge provides flexible hourly personal and professional assistance. Let them handle your busy tasks so you can focus on what's important. GiftWell makes thoughtful gift giving easy. They deliver and ship one-of-a-kind gifts using products from local businesses across the country. Make sure to use code YCCFriend at checkout to receive 5% off your purchase. You can learn more about Your Choice and GiftWell by clicking the links in the description. This week's topic is all about boosting your multitasking skills. Becoming a master multitasker will save you time and increase your productivity. One of the most important things to remember when multitasking is that it is possible to do too much. It is important to know your limits and be realistic about how much you're trying to tackle at once. Combining just a couple tasks will save time and get you through your to-do list quicker. But attempting to take on too much will lead to mistakes and end up costing you time instead of saving you time. Although you want to be efficient, it's just as important, if not more important, to be effective. Being effective starts with knowing when it's a good time to multitask. Some people will say that multitasking is a bad thing. But if you're planning ahead and multitasking constructively, you will definitely see the benefits. You want to make sure that your multitasking makes sense, and that starts with properly prioritizing. Organize your task in advance and make sure your multitasking items are related or aligned with each other. Say, for example, I need to sort my mail and I also need to make 100 flyer copies. I'm going to do this simultaneously because both the copier and my mail are in the same room, which makes it easy for me to do both at once. Plus, neither of those tasks require deep concentration, and we will get back to that topic shortly. If you listened to the last episode about my to-do list tips, then you already know about the heavy time management matrix and how it can help you prioritize your tasks. You can apply that same method here. Another important thing to remember when multitasking is that you need to avoid any distractions or disruptions. Make sure you prepare ahead of time to limit anything that might take your focus away. For example, I'm easily distracted when new emails pop in my inbox. So I know when I really need to focus that my inbox cannot be open, plain and simple. And speaking of plain and simple, multitasking shouldn't be overly complicated or something that you do all the time. More important items or detail-specific projects shouldn't be handled while you're trying to juggle other things. Like I mentioned earlier, that will only lead to mistakes, frustration, and more use of your time, not less. Some ways you might multitask professionally include drafting similar emails to two different people at the same time, or maybe scheduling employees while also managing their responsibilities. Or if you're a teacher, you might multitask by handing out papers while you're also giving instructions. I think that's a popular teacher multitasking tool. I personally multitask every Friday when I check the Your Choice Concierge client hours. While I'm checking the hours, I also draft emails to these clients letting them know how many hours they have left for the month. Two birds, one stone. When it comes to professionally multitasking, I probably wouldn't be able to do half of what I do if I didn't have two computer monitors. And if you don't have two computer monitors and you work on the computer a lot, I highly recommend that you do get two. I was forced into getting a second monitor over 10 years ago at my corporate job, and I was hesitant at first, but I will never go back to having just one. My efficiency would be cut in half. There is no doubt about it. You can also multitask personally by doing things like washing the dishes or sweeping the kitchen while you're making dinner. You're already in the same room, and there's usually a few minutes of downtime while meals are cooking. There's also making calls while you're folding laundry or doing other chores. This is something I do quite often. It makes certain chores feel a lot less painful and go a lot faster when I'm chatting with someone. And just like the two monitors are helpful tools when I'm multitasking professionally, my wireless earbuds are an important part of my personal multitasking. If you don't have a good pair of hands-free headphones, I would highly suggest you make the investment. I definitely make most of my personal phone calls while doing other things around the house. So having my hands free is crucial to making me most productive. A big part of being prepared to multitask properly includes having the tools that will improve your efficiency. But that being said, everyone's multitasking capabilities are different. What works for me may not work exactly the same for you. So it's very important to find your own productivity rhythm. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to multitasking, but that's all the time we have for this week's episode of Productivity Boosters and Stress Reducers. I hope this episode got your wheels turning. If you want to talk more about becoming a multitasking master, have feedback about this episode, or a specific topic you'd like to hear about in the future, please email me at info@yourchoice-concierge.com. I would love to hear from you. Make sure you also subscribe to the Your Choice Concierge YouTube channel, where you can find some of the examples of the tips and tricks that I discuss here on the show. Before I go, I also want to report on my uhs and ums goal from my first episode. I am very happy to report that I only said or 2 times in episode 2, the last episode, compared to 8 times in episode 1 and compared with the 19 times in the trailer. So I am definitely making progress and definitely patting myself on the back over here. Hopefully this episode contains even less. Thanks again for listening. I'm Stephanie Heeb, and I hope you'll join me next week for more tips and tricks to live a productive and efficient life, professionally and personally. Have you considered starting your own podcast but haven't had the time? Check out Buzzsprout. They make launching and managing your podcast effortless. Trust me, if I can do it, anyone can. Clicking the Buzzsprout link in the description will let them know we sent you and get you a $20 Amazon gift card if you decide to sign up for a paid plan. Thanks again to our sponsors, Your Choice Concierge and GiftWell. Until next time, productive people.